Hi, this is Kanimuri, Assistant Professor from the Department of Management Sciences, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology. In this video, I am going to brief you about retail, which is a part of retail management course. So I am going to explain you about the meaning of retail, how is retail classified, evolution of retail in India, and how is retailing in India now, and what are the opportunities available in retail. So let's begin with. So let's talk about the meaning of retail. So you have a definition given by Philip Kotler, the marketing guru. So he defines retailing as retailing includes all the activities involved in selling goods or services to the final consumers for personal non-business use. A retailer or retail store is any business enterprise whose sales volume comes primarily from retailing. Any organization selling to final consumers, whether it is a manufacturer, wholesaler, or retailer, is doing retailing. It does not matter how the goods or services are sold. It could be by person, mail, telephone, vending machine, or internet, or where they are sold, in a store, or on the street, or in the consumer's home. So, this is what he defines retail as. So from this, we can understand that retailing means all the activities involved in selling the goods or services or combination of both goods as well as services to the final consumers. And those final consumers should buy that product for their personal use or family or household use. If the purchase made by the consumers is for a business use, then it doesn't mean the seller has done retailing, right? So a retailer is a business enterprise whose sales volume comes primarily from retailing. So let's assume Dell. So we all know Dell is a manufacturer of laptops, right? So if you want to purchase Dell, you can even visit Dell website and you can buy. So after purchasing your laptop, if you're going to use the laptop for personal use, we call the Dell has done a retail because it has sold a product to the final consumer and the consumer is consuming using it personally. But there is a question now. So should I call Dell as a retailer or manufacturer? So now we have to see from where from Dell gets their main source of income. So main source of income for Dell is through manufacturing activity. So even though Dell is involved in retailing, we can't call Dell as a retailer because their primary income is from manufacturing. So this is how we classify. So any organization, when they do sales to the final consumers, they are into retailing. So anybody who sells products or services to the final consumers, they are into retailing. So a manufacturer can sell it directly or through wholesalers and retailers they can sell. So anybody who sells their products or services or combination of both products and services to the final consumers, they are into retailing. So there is no matter how they sell their products or services. So they can sell it online or offline. So online through internet you shop and you buy the product. Whereas offline you may go to their shop or they may come to your office or home and you get into a sales transaction. So there is no matter. So sales can take place in any way. But if a sale is made to the final consumer, then it means the seller has done a retailing. Okay, so a retailer is a business that sells products or services or both products and services to consumers for their personal or family use. So that is what we mean by retailing. So now let's talk about how do we classify retail. So basically, retail is classified into two categories called as organized retailing and unorganized retailing. So organized retailing is all activities undertaken by licensed retailers. So like Reliance Fresh or Lifestyle or Shoppers Stop or Walmart. So all these stores, when they start their retail business, they would have registered their company and they would have got license and they are doing their business. So these players are called as organized retailers. Okay? All activities undertaken by retailers who have registered and got license for their business. We call them as organized retailers. So what's unorganized retailing? So unorganized retail are the activities undertaken by retailers who haven't got license or registered their business. So somebody who sells their product on the roadside or in the markets or even your nearby grocery store where you buy your daily essentials. So all these people are also into retailing, but the difference is they haven't registered, they haven't got license, and they are not organized. So that's why we call them as unorganized retailers, right? So the classification of retailing goes in that way, like organized and unorganized. Organized or operations by licensed players, and unorganized or operations by players who haven't got license. So now let's talk about how retail evolved in India. So we are going to talk about the evolution of retail in India. So in olden days, we had something called as barter system. So barter system is exchange of goods against goods. So earlier when currencies were not introduced, we were following this barter system. So when you want to buy some product and if you have some other commodity with you, so let's say you want rice and you have cotton with you. So you exchange cotton for rice. So that's what we call it as barter system. And slowly money was introduced into the system and the retail has also evolved. Slowly we had something called as mandis, melas, hats, your weekly markets, daily markets, we call it as. And even salesmen, itinerant salesmen are people who travel from one place to another selling their products. So that is how retail was there earlier. Slowly, for convenience store, that's your nearby store. We call it as pop and mom store, right? So the store which is located near to your residence, near to your locality. So those stores started coming up, and slowly, in order to ensure availability of products for everybody and to ensure the cost is minimum, government supported it, and various retails like public distribution system, your cooperatives, khadi stores, all these came. And slowly people started expecting a very good shopping experience and efficiency in their shopping. So we had modern formats like single branded outlets where a particular manufacturer's brand is alone sold, and even multi-branded outlets where products brands of different manufacturers were stored, and combination of these two we call it as convergent store. So that started coming up in a big way, and now we have reached a different level in our retail. We have a click and mortar store, which means companies will have their physical presence as well as their online presence, and there are few companies who have only their online presence. We call them as pure click companies. So earlier it was brick and mortar, where you have only the physical store, you have to go to the store to buy a product or use a service. But now the trend has changed. You have pure click companies, which means this, you don't have physical store at all. You can buy it online only. And even we also have a combination of physical store and a virtual store for a particular company. So that is called as click and mortar. And people started developing their store based on some concepts like green store. A green store means which is eco-friendly store. They try to use natural lighting, biodegradable products inside the store. So all these concepts evolve, and we have automatic vending machines used for major services and operations. So malls have come up in a big way. So this is how retail has evolved. So we started with this barter system and now we have reached greater heights. So this is about your evolution of retail. So now let's talk about how was retailing in India, right? See, retailing, as I said, it can be sale of product as well as services. So you need not think like only products when it is sold to the final consumer, the seller is into retailing. Even services comes under retailing. For example, your banking services. So you open an account with a bank, you do your daily transaction, you deposit money, you withdraw money, you take loans. So what is happening? The bank is servicing you. The bank is providing service to you. So they are also into retailing. Okay. So all banks are into retailing except RBI, which is your Reserve Bank of India. or your insurance companies. So all these are examples of services, and those also comes under retail, right? So it's banking, we call it as retail banking. So it's not that only products are sold, even services, banking services, your after sales service for all the products you purchase, your insurance products, all these comes under your services. So now let's see how is retail in India. So how do we categorize? So let's see about that. So if you talk about the Indian scenario, retail is largely unorganized, which means majority of the retailers running their business in India haven't registered themselves and they don't have license. So what happens because of this, right? So if you have registered yourself, you have a license, you pay GST to the government. So tax revenue is what the government gets when the retailers are registered. And apart from that, your system gets, so like your system is very good, like everything, whatever, whenever the people come to your store, they'll have a similar experience. You will have a very good quality in your offering. So there are a lot of benefits, but let's see what is the scenario now. In India, it is largely unorganized, and 91% of retailers in India are unorganized. So it's only about 9 to 10% of retailers in India are organized, which means they have registered themselves, got license, they pay tax to the government, they provide a quality service to people. And the retail industry is very important because it contributes around 10% to the GDP, and it provides 8% of employment. So overall employment, when you talk about, retail industry provides employment opportunity which is about 8%. And in India we have more than 12 million retail outlets. Okay, so there is a very big scope for retail industry in India. So let's see what are the opportunities in retail. So if you take up the course on retail management, so you may think what is the benefit you get? So what is the opportunity or scope of this subject, right? So once you are clear with various modules in this course, you can start your own business. So you have plenty of entrepreneurial opportunities in retail. And if you don't want to start a business and if you want to work for companies, there are various positions open for a retail management. And there are staff requirement at various levels in retail stores, so you may even apply for that. And if you are very much interested in research, you can even go for market research. You can take up consultancy projects for the retail outlets. And there are even openings for retail design consultants. So in a physical store, we always get impressed based on their interiors. So you can think about, if you're really good in designing, you can even look for opportunities of designing the retail store. And if you have plans to start a business but you don't want to take much risk, you can go for franchising. You can take either a dealership or distributorship and go ahead with that. So that's an opportunity. And if you're very much interested in advertising, there is a scope for retail advertising. And if you're from IT, you can even go for retail software development and provide consultancy services for the retailers. And from an engineering background, even you can become an equipment supplier for the retail store. So there are a lot of equipments which are required in the retail outlets. So mainly click companies, they don't go for equipments, but brick and mortar companies, brick and mortar retailers who have their physical presence, they may be in need of a lot of equipments to display the products. So you can be a part of their supplier. And there is plenty of scope in banking sector too. So these are the few which I have listed on the opportunities. So there is a plenty of opportunity in this retail management. So thank you for watching. See you on the next video.